actually learn any of the science playing on Atlantis. Chris, I had the opportunity of
Wait, you didn't answer yet.
I'm going to ask you 3 questions.
Are we loading up on the questions?
Chris, Terrell, I had the opportunity of listening to Terrell Rotherby, and she said that you taped her to a chair when she was. So I want to hear your reply to what caused you to decide to tape her to a chair. And Richard, back 30 years ago now, for some reason, you rang up New Zealand to talk to a kid who choked on the phone, so didn't actually reply to you when you rang up. And I just want to know if you can remember this. What made you reply to someone in New Zealand for a kid to talk to him who actually choked and wasn't able to reply to you? So, do you remember that?
I'm kind of missing half of what you're saying. It had something to do with me calling a kid?
So, like 30, one of my remembrances of you in MacGyver is that there was this New Zealand kid who just absolutely adored you, and they must have run you and had you on camera to just talk to this kid, give him a surprise, which I thought was really awesome. And the kid was so shocked, he didn't say a word to you. So you were left hanging, trying to say something nice. I just wanted to know what made you decide to do that. For 80 years ago here in New Zealand, no one heard of New Zealand. So.
I'd heard of it. Just happenstance. I'd be honest with you, it was a kid, right? I love kids, they're great. And it didn't matter. I mean, I should say, well, because I have this deep fondness for all things New Zealand. And since this wayward child was from New Zealand, I felt it necessary in my heart to open my heart and bring him in. But it was just an accident, mostly. No, I didn't, it didn't matter. I mean, it was, he asked, right? Yeah. Someone asked, and so I'm that easy. But thanks for remembering it for me.
Taping Terrell to, well, you guys all know Terrell, right? And she's just boundless energy all the time, which is not so great at 5:45 in the morning. So, well, lunch truck's here.
That's Terrell calling you right now.
So this one particular day, I was in probably just a state of, no, I could have been hungover, I was probably still drunk. But Terrell had it going like really early in the morning, just bouncing all over the place. And frankly, I had enough. So I asked the grips for some grip tape, and I taped her in her chair, which didn't ironically slow down her mouth at all.
I think she's still there.
And I had what? It was science. What was the science on set? Yeah. Well, we had a physics consultant that was that worked more with the writers. Yeah, we had a physics consultant. See?
You had cooling vests and the physics.
Yeah, you guys paved the way, man. Yeah. Modern times. But it was, yeah, I mean, it was long chunks of text, but, you know, it was more of the writers, what the writers wrote, you know, and it was our job to make it sound like it was real, you know, science fiction based on science fact. But there's been there were some pretty sketchy bits of science in that. I mean, we all know it's science fiction. We all know that these are stories that we're telling. So why not have fun with it, right?
I always thought you had the best comebacks to McKay's character.
It was well, he's an easy guy to play the foil too. he's, thank you.
So wait, you just said some of the science, so you had a physics consultant and didn't use it?
No, she was there, like the writers usually worked with her, and if we had any questions, she came down.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I mean, when you're doing your lines, you're doing them at home, right? So it's like, I don't know, just...
Right.